Hi there, my darling Librans. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your reading for the week of August the 18th, 2025. So, my darling Librans, we're just going to jump right in and start off with an overarching energy using the Moonology manifestation cards. Then we'll move on to my 3-card spread using my tarot cards here and then finishing off with angel answer cards. All right, my darling Librans, what messages does Libra need to know for this week of the 18th? Now we should be coming out of retro shadow, Mercury retro shadow this week, so energies should be moving forward. Most of the readings I've done so far they've all been positively moving forward. So we have unleash your kindest self. First quarter moon in Capricorn. Yeah, love it. So my darling Librans, you are being encouraged to be kinder. And I feel what popped into my head as soon as I pulled this was be kind to yourself, my darling Librans, because it's kind of saying unleash your kindest self, but I feel unleash the kindness to yourself, my darling Librans, because I mean Librans, as most of the Librans I know are very kind. Anyway, they're kind, compassionate kind of people. They're very even-tempered, so I feel that, but that's to other people. So I feel that, you're being encouraged, my darling Librans, to be a bit kinder to yourself this week, I feel. Even though that's not what it says, but I feel that means to you. So let us consult the tarot and see what messages we've got coming in for you, my darling Librans. What does Libra need to know for this week? Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the Six of Swords. I've not seen her come up for a while, but I love it. The Knight of Swords, I mean, the King of Swords has come up a lot in these readings. So, and, that's your suit is the air, is the swords is air. So, there's been a lot of that energy around, and I think Gemini actually had the King of Swords. So, which is your fellow air sign. So I feel there's a lot of, this kind of clarity type of energy coming through, my darling Librans. Sorry, I was just contemplating what's on the table here. All right, so what I'm going to do is give you the meaning of each of the cards, and then I'm going to intuitively put the reading together. So you start off with the Knight of Wands here, and this is fire energy. The Knight of Wands is, moving forward. It's bold, assertive type of action, my darling Librans. So I feel this week, whatever it is that you are doing, you need to come from a place of bold, assertive action. Really push forward with what it is that you're wanting, my darling Librans, to, just move forward with confidence is the word that's popped into my head, my darling Librans. You can see, she's taking this horse by the reins. She holds the Ace of Wands in her hand and is moving forward, going forward with bold, assertive action. And the Knight of Wands is like the true builder of the tarot. So if he comes to, a water with a separation of water and there's no bridge, he will build the bridge to get over it, my darling Librans. So I feel that you're just being encouraged this week to move forward, be assertive, but go forth with bold, make bold, assertive moves this week, my darling Librans. Because then you have here the Queen of Swords, and I feel for you, whereas the King of Swords has been showing up for a lot of people in these readings where they're being encouraged to embody that energy. I feel you're being encouraged to embody the energy of the Queen of Swords this week, my darling Librans. So like I said, that's the queen of air, the queen of your suit, my darling Librans. She, sits on her throne. She has clouds, as you can see on here, halfway up her body, which means, and she holds her sword up and her hand out, which means she is open to receive, but she has gained clarity, my darling Librans. And I feel that that's you this week, that you have, whatever it is that you've gone through, you will be embodying this energy of the Queen of Swords. You have gained, you're sitting in clarity here. You don't need to be wondering which way to go, because you know which way to go, my darling Librans. Like I said, you will take bold, assertive moves because you are clear on which direction you are going, my darling Librans. And with the Six of Swords here, I feel that that's you moving on here. You've gained the knowledge. You've got the clarity here. You know which way to go, and you're going to move forward and move away from whatever, hasn't worked out for you, whatever is not working for you. You're going to move forward, but with bold, assertive moves, my darling Librans, and be sitting in that energy of clarity, knowing that you're doing the right thing, my darling Librans. So yeah, that's what I'm getting here off the Queen of Swords, that you're embodying this energy. And look, male or female, there is no gender in the tarot. So it is just that energy of the card, which is clarity here, my darling Librans. And then you have the Six of Swords. So as I said, Six of Swords, this is moving on. You're moving away from, or what isn't working for you. You're not going to keep working on something or keep doing something that isn't giving you what you want, my darling Librans. That's what I feel here for you. You can see on this card, she's got this little bag here. She's got the clothes on her back, and she's got these swords in her boat, and she is moving forward. She's moving away from what no longer serves her, what doesn't fulfill her anymore. These swords represent the lessons and the love. In her bag, that little bag there, are all the tools she needs, are all the tools you need, my darling Librans, to move forward. Take the lessons and the love that you've got, that you've learnt, and thrust yourself forward. Embody this energy. As I said, be assertive. Move forward with bold, assertive action, my darling Librans. But make sure that you don't take your baggage with you. Don't take the bigger baggage with you. Only bring with you your tools, my darling Librans. Take the lessons and the love, but move forward. Leave your rest of your old baggage behind, my darling Librans. That's what I feel is happening here. I mean, you could also be moving. The Six of Swords is also a card of moving. So, maybe you're being, maybe you're in the thrusts of, moving, and that's why you need to be clear and take bold, assertive action. So you could literally be moving house, could be traveling, things like that. So that's also the meaning of the Six of Swords. But if I'm going to intuitively put the reading together for you, my darling Librans, I just feel that you're being encouraged to be kind to yourself here. And being kind to yourself is moving away from what no longer serves you and taking the lessons and the love. What I'm also drawn to here is her looking to this, almost her North Star here. Her gaze is looking up to this star, going, this is the direction I'm going to follow now. So I feel that that's important for you. You're clear on where you need to go, my darling Librans. Go forth with bold, assertive action. That's what I feel is happening for you this week, my darling Librans. So if you're enjoying the reading so far, please do give it a thumbs up for me. I would love to know if this resonates, so drop me a comment. I'm very active in the comments and I'd love to have a chat. So yeah, if you want to say something, I do not mind at all. All right, let's get final messages for you, my darling Librans. Ask your angels. Yeah, if you're unclear or you're feeling not sure about what you're doing is the right thing, meditate. Ask your angels. Yeah. Well, part of, I think, the Six of Swords is that recovery as well. Moving forward, moving away from what isn't serving you. Remain positive, they say. Yeah, I think that's very important, is to remain in that positive attitude of, this is the best thing for me. My darling Librans. Within the next few weeks, they say, yeah, you're choosing your direction, and that's where you're going with the Six of Swords, is onwards and upwards, my darling Librans. That is really what I feel is going on here, is that you're moving away from what no longer serves you. You've gained clarity. It's time for you to be kind to yourself, my darling Librans. I see beautiful things on the way for you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.